This guy's been out there having done this allegedly since September 19th. And who knows, because they're looking back on all the crimes since October of 2022. That's 11 months ago when he was sprung from another sex crime. I want to bring in NewsNation's Brian Entin. He's standing by live with a lot more details on that actual attack itself. So, Brian, fill me in on what happened September 19th. What happened to this woman and her boyfriend and this child?
This is so brutal. It is like next level disturbing what happened to them, Ashleigh. So if you've got kids at home, like cover their ears right now because this is really, really bad. But what we have learned is that he busted inside the house with a gun. It was a boyfriend, a girlfriend, and a child inside. He tied up the man and the woman. He handcuffed them, we are told. He used duct tape and duct taped them. We're told he put the boyfriend into the closet, and then he raped the woman. He then slit her throat while the boyfriend was duct taped on the ground in the closet. And then he doused them in some kind of liquid. Police are not telling us exactly what that liquid was. Maybe they don't know. You could presume it was probably gasoline. Then he lit the boyfriend and the girlfriend on fire. The entire house caught fire. He goes on the run. Police get the call. It's actually the fire department that first gets the call. It's a call for a house on fire. They show up. They find the man and the woman duct taped. The woman's throat is slit, allegedly. And then they find this little child also inside the house. We know right now that that man and woman still in the hospital, really, really serious burns. And they're in critical condition. So it is just awful what happened to them.
And then he was out from September 19th until Pava LaPere's killing. They're not saying if she was raped, but they sure did emphasize he will rape, he will kill. And she's found on September 25th, just a few days ago. He's got multiple warrants out there. Do they know what else he's being investigated for? If this weren't enough, if these two horrendous crimes weren't enough.
Well, you mentioned it. What the police said today is they're going back to October 2022, so about a year ago, and they're looking at all of the unsolved crimes and the brutal crimes in Baltimore and seeing if they can connect him to any of those. Because think about it. I mean, if he's done these two awful, awful, brutal attacks in just the last week or so, did he just start in the last week? Or are there other things that they just haven't connected him to at this point? They say that that's what they're trying to figure out right now.
I mean, he sounds like a serial rapist to start with, serial offender, and potentially a serial killer if he left that couple in that condition. Take me back to the original conviction here. 2015, he's convicted. He's sentenced to 30 years, a first-degree sexual offense with a forced threat. They somehow decide to suspend 16 years of that, and he's out in less than 10 years. What was the crime that he committed that got him 30 but netted him, under 10?
Yeah, 30-year sentence. This is what I don't think anyone can get their mind around. He only served about 7 years, which is infuriating for a lot of people, especially in Baltimore. Basically, with that one, he pretended to be a good Samaritan. There was a woman out on the street having a fight with her boyfriend, upset and emotional. He pretends to be a good Samaritan, according to police, takes her back to a house, then rapes her, strangles her, and then threatened to kill her, told her if she told anyone that he would kill her, that he knew people on the police force, that no one would ever believe her. Well, he ended up getting tracked down, again arrested for that, but only served 7 years of the 30-year sentence.
Okay, and then we learned today that Jason Dean Billingsley's mom has actually been in touch with him in the last few days. What's the story?
Spoke to him on Tuesday. So not that long ago. And
yesterday.
Yeah, day after the murder, yesterday, she said, quote, to WJZ in Baltimore, I'm going to read you this. She said, "I told him that he needs to turn himself in, but I really don't think he's going to do that because he's scared. I can't understand what happened that he would do something like that." She also said she doesn't know where he is, that she's tried calling him, that he's that he texted her one time saying that he's okay. Hopefully they're trying to track all this stuff to figure out where he is. But this is the kicker. He showed her a gun that he had on him on Tuesday, said he was trying to sell it, but we know that he's armed. So he's armed and dangerous right now, according to the mom.
Wonder why he'd be trying to sell it. Just last note, Pava LaPere loved by her fellow employees, her community. There was a vigil, I think, planned for tonight.
There was hundreds of people showed up. I mean, so many people knew her because she volunteered. She was the CEO of this very, very successful company. Just an incredible woman. We had this picture of the vigil, really incredible. Her dad was there tonight, made a statement, said Pava made an impact in every endeavor she undertook, and on every life she touched, she will forever be missed as a daughter, sister, granddaughter, niece, cousin, and loyal friends. So you can only imagine what that family's going through. Again, in terms of what happened to her, all we know, blunt force trauma. At this point, police haven't given the specific details.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.